use of meditation to help us calm our mind so that we can all engage in global peacefulness. Global peacefulness starts in your own homes first. Very, very important. Sometimes people think, oh, meditation is only about being calm and being relaxed. But meditation is much more than being calm and relaxed. Meditation is applying the mind to even when you're upset and angry, even when things don't go the way that you want. This is the very best way to practice. So if you just get attached to, oh, I'm going to sit here and be peaceful and calm, then you will give up meditation very quickly because your mind probably is not so peaceful and calm. It takes a while to cultivate just enough of it, even when things are not going well, even when your spouse doesn't put pizza on top of your cell phone. So after that, then the Buddha went into more specific training of people. Now, in generosity, we say that there are 3 different levels of generosity. Material generosity isn't just money, but material generosity is giving that piece of candy. It's seeing what it is that we have to offer and just giving of ourselves in that way. Seeing what needs to be done. Putting a chair away when it needs to be put away. Cleaning the floor when it needs to be cleaned. This is generosity. This is giving on a selfless level. Also, the second type of generosity is giving the teaching. When we have practiced enough, we have attained a certain level of being able to have an awareness about something, then it's possible for us at that time to be able to give some help to people who are having difficulty when they ask. When a person says to us, can you please give me a teaching? Sometimes that teaching comes in the form of words, but sometimes that teaching comes in the form of seeing the monastic run towards someone who needs help. This is a great teaching. And then finally, the generosity of no fear. When you're with someone whose mind is calm, you never have to worry that something is going to happen where you will be upset or distressed. You feel safe. You feel at peace with that person because you know that they'll always treat you with kindness. So when this happens, our left middle frontal gyrus can be activated. We feel this peacefulness. When we cultivate virtue, when we cultivate the restraint from killing, I like this word, restrain from, this is very good, yes. When we restrain ourselves from these things, then the part of the mind, the amygdala, which is the repository for negative emotions, aggression, and fear, it becomes calmer. Some of the most recent research shows that when people are in a state of trauma or distress, the amygdala actually grows in size and becomes bigger. As a person becomes calmer, the amygdala returns to its natural size. So when a person is activated in their amygdala, that means this is a result of doing things that are hurtful and harmful, or having those things done to us. So here are the instructions that have to do with the cultivation of the 4 abodes. This is loving kindness, compassion, altruistic joy, and equanimity. Now the main difference between loving kindness and compassion is that in loving kindness, we want to help other people feel happy. So we want to give a person something that will help them to feel better. This is the piece of candy. In compassion, we see the person is suffering and we use whatever skill we have to try to help people not suffer so much. This is the work of helping people with addiction. Altruistic joy is the realization that we have that by helping others and being joyful, that we're actually being selfless and we're helping others develop a global peacefulness. Equanimity brings all of these things together so that we don't attach to it in a way that where we get super excited or super sad when things don't go the way that we like. We're able to have a balance in our mind state. This is very helpful. Of course, there are deeper meanings for all of these things as we practice. So when this occurs, again, the prefrontal cortex in the right place, on the left side, becomes active, very, very active. The studies they have show that the monastics who have been practicing have 600 to 700 times more activity in this part of the brain than the regular person. That's really quite amazing. I like that. So, the Buddha gives instructions about the Dharma, about the defilements. These are the things that create so much trouble for us. There's a danger. There's this gratification that we experience when we get something that we want on a sensual level, but it's not really, it's just a short-term escape. You get a new car, you feel very good, but that feeling about the new car only lasts a little while. We get a new iPhone. Oh, we're very excited. We want to show everyone our new phone. Unfortunately, we don't know how to use it. We have to find a 12-year-old. A lot of suffering there. So then, of course, when we feel these poisons rise up inside of us, this greed, this aggression, this ignorance, this lack of awareness of how all of this is happening, then we suffer some more. But through the practice of mindfulness, we can begin to detect these difficulties and we can begin to understand our mind better and learn how to train ourselves so that we don't end up causing so much trouble, both to ourselves and to others. And then the amygdala becomes smaller and smaller. No longer do we need to have such a big amygdala telling us how bad the world is. In the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, there are different stages of practice that people go through. Stage of path of accumulation, of purification, of preparation, and of insight, etc. And in this path of accumulation, a person practices the different types of meditation. They practice calming the mind. They practice learning how to have some insight into the mind. This is very, very valuable. A person begins to become more aware of what it is that's going in the mind, and they begin to accumulate what we call a kind of a merit, because they're building some good karma, and when they're generous with that good karma and they give it away, then actually it's even better. On the path of preparation, a person who